Welcome everybody to IS50A game development using Unreal Engine 5. Hopefully you've all seen my announcements and gotten the software installed and everything. If not, I'll go through it real briefly. Our school has loaner laptops, gaming laptops that are real nice. You're probably going to need to have a PC to do this class. If you have a Mac or a Linux box, I've had students make it work. But yeah, just Windows is just the path of least resistance, and the school has pretty good, laptops that, have graphics cards in them and stuff like that. So my advice is that if you don't have, a Windows PC, I would get a gaming laptop. If you do have a Windows gaming PC, then you're good. A gaming PC is also a good game development platform. The main thing that you need to do game development, though, is hard drive space. So my system here has 27 terabytes of hard drive space. I'm not using it all right now, but it's there for a reason. It's because of this class. I've had to constantly upgrade my my systems because of it. Yeah. Like, let's see here. There you go. So I've got an 8 terabyte SSD, 2 terabyte drive, 16 terabyte these are spinny disks. These are all SSDs. So 16 and 8 is 24, 25, 26, and then 27 across the other ones. So, yeah. It's a thing, It's a thing. Like I made a little game for a game jam a year ago this semester, and it was 150 gigs or something like that. It was like bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2, and it was just like nothing. It's like nothing crazy. Game development eats hard drive space, so that's the one thing to kind of watch out for. Okay, so to get your stuff installed, you're going to want to install the Epic Game Store. And then from the Epic Game Store, there's a tab here for Unreal Engine, and inside of Unreal Engine, there's a tab for Library, and you want to have the latest version of Unreal Engine 5 installed. If you're watching this video in the future, there's undoubtedly a higher version here. Just whatever is the most recent version is the one we use. You can also install Unreal Engine 4 if you'd like. Unreal Engine 5 is still kind of new and flaky and buggy. So pretty much everything we do in this class works in either 4 or 5, so it's not really that big a deal. 5 is just a more or less the same product as 4 with some pretty significant changes to it. So what you're going to want to do is get all that installed. One thing you do want to do every month, and this is a habit that you kind of want to get into if you're serious about doing game development, is you want to go to the marketplace and buy the stuff for August. So there is a free tab under the marketplace, and there is a free for the month option you want to click on, and you can see that there is a couple $100 worth of stuff for free, and you just want to click add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, check out, buy it, and it's yours forever. If you don't buy it this month, then you got to pay for it if you want to do it later on. And so there's some stuff in this that I'm probably going to use in this class. So we'll see. You definitely want to buy it before the end of August, and you might as well do it now while you're, here. Okay? And it's just a good habit to get into. First day of every month, I click on the free for the month tab and be like, ooh, cool, they have castles, that automatically, you click here and you click here and it builds a tower and it makes a wall between it. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It's normally $80, but it's free for the month. And so, there's a lot of really cool stuff that you get for free every month. And then they also have a permanently free collection, also under the free tab here, that you can download stuff from that as well. Okay, so what we're going to do this semester, welcome to game development. I guess I should go over the syllabus or something. The class, though, is pretty straightforward. There's let's see, a syllabus PowerPoint here. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, every day in class, I'm going to teach you something about game development, and I think these times are different. It's like 1 to 3, basically. 1 to 2:50, I think, is the time now. Um, and a lot of hands-on time. Like, basically, I'm going to show you how to do something. You're going to want to have Unreal Engine going on your computer while I talk. I'm going to show you stuff, and then you're going to be given like a homework assignment. And the homework assignment is basically doing what we did in class. And so a lot of times, if you follow along in lab, you've already done it. If not, it's usually just a little bit of work to do it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to demonstrate to me that you did the work by screenshotting it. Screenshots in Windows could be done a couple different ways. The easiest way is to hold down Windows key, Shift S, and then you can screenshot, the thing, and then basically you're gonna put that picture on canvas, and there you go. You get credit for the day. So that's I'll make a note of that. Windows key plus Shift plus S, and that's how you screenshot. And so basically you're going to be doing work, screenshotting. If you want to record a video of your stuff, there is a tool called OBS, which, let's see if we can do it. Yeah, Hall of Mirrors effect, right? Whee! But OBS is a great way of recording your screen. And so that's called OBS. Over there, if you want to do a video recording for your stuff. Most of the assignments don't require it, but sometimes students like having a video so they can show like a door opening or something like that. Okay. I prefer everyone be here during the lecture, because then if you get lost or stuck or something, or if I don't explain something well, which happens, then you can ask a question. And I would like for you guys to be active on Discord while I'm talking. There's nothing more disheartening than to like present something and then there's like dead silence on Discord. It's like, I will check in with you guys constantly if you are following along, because I can't see your computer. When I teach this in person, over the summer it was in person, I could walk around and see if, they're having trouble getting, something, does every day include weekends? Every day means Tuesday and Thursday. So, one lecture lab on Tuesday, and then you get a homework, and then one lecture lab on Thursday, and you get homework. And that's it. So you get 2 homeworks a week for 18 weeks. Okay. Not too bad. That's the daily work, the class day, not the days of the week. It's a fun class. I would really ask you guys just to stick with it. For some reason, people, I don't know, that it's like making video games is fun, and I mean, maybe some people don't realize that it's kind of hard work, but I don't know, I mean, you guys have heard at least a little bit about what it's like to work in the games industry, right? People don't go into the games industry to work 2 hours a day, you know what I mean? Have you heard about the working conditions of Electronic Arts and things like that? Yeah, there's kind of a reputation for overwork. It's gotten better over the years, but a lot of places are just 9-to-5 jobs. But the culture of the game dev industry is that of people who fanatically work hard, and you're not going to have to do that for this class. But there is hard work involved in making games. There's no two ways about it. It's like there's no easy way to write a novel. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you can pay somebody to do it for you, but it's like if you're going to write a 300-page novel, you're going to have to write a 300-page novel, and maybe there's ways to make it faster, and maybe you can not do a rough draft or something. But at the end of the day, a 300-page novel requires you to write 300 pages. It's just there's no kind of way of doing it in 10 minutes. And game development's like that. If you're creating an experience for somebody, at the end of the day, it just is going to take some work. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Occasionally we have people take this class because I just want to have an easy class, and it is mostly easy. Like I said, most of the daily homework, it's just the things we do in class. And if I teach you how to we're going to do today, how do you place a box in the world and shape it? Maybe I'll have you build a little house and you screenshot it, and there you go. You're done. You get your points. It's not I don't think it's too bad, honestly. But for whatever reason, like some people just don't expect that, and it's just a little weird to me. I don't know. So if the work is overwhelming, like let me know. Or if you don't know how to do something, let me know. This class is on Discord. I'm on Discord basically any moment that I'm awake. Students message me at all hours of the night and day. I answer them. It's a lot faster to get a hold of me on Discord than it is on Canvas because it's always on my phone or on my computer no matter where I am. So, yeah, if you don't know how to do something or, I'm trying to drag out a box and it's not appearing, then, I can help you. So, you guys with me on this? Please, give a reaction on Discord. Do you guys understand? It's gonna be work, but it's fun and it's not that bad. I don't know. It's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, it's just I'll have people take it for 3 weeks and just vanish. Do you not like video games? I don't know. Maybe some of you guys don't like video games, and that's fine. Is anyone here never played a video game before? And every semester I usually have some students that have just they don't play video games, or there's only one video game they've played or something like that. It's okay. This class is for you too. Yeah, it's while we're on that topic, this game is not just for gamers. There's actual benefits to learning how to program video games for non gamers as well. But okay, so I don't know why that says 25%. It's half your grade actually. My face vanished. My face vanished. Weird. Yep. So half your grade is going to be from basically daily homework, and then you're going to do a mod. And a mod means you're going to take an existing game and you're going to change it. Because one of the best ways of learning how to make a game is to take an existing product and tweak it. It's a lot easier to do that than to start from scratch. Trust me, especially when you don't know anything. What's really nice is to take a game like Skyrim or Quake or Minecraft or something that has a big, rich ecosystem with lots of stuff in it, and just kind of get into its details and tweak things around or add something, and then you actually learn. It's actually an incredible learning experience. I learned how to. Well, no, I worked in the games industry prior to modding actually, but it was through modding games that I actually really started understanding how game engines worked and things like that. So. What's missing here? 25% of your grade is your mod. 25% of your grade is your project. Okay. So you're going to mod an existing game. It doesn't have to be too big. It doesn't have to be too crazy or anything. But it's got to be more than just changing one word or something. It's good. We'll talk more about that later in the semester. And your project, you're going to make a game. Okay, from start to finish, A through Z, you're going to make a game. Not a giant game. You're not making World of Warcraft or Diablo 4, whatever. But a game. Last semester we had students build a arena. Everyone picks their own game. But one guy built an arena and it had holes in it, and you have to knock the balls into the holes, and they fall down and they roll into scoring zones. Kind of like pinball, I guess, or Rocket League, something like that. Not too bad, Not too bad. It takes time. These things are going to be your biggest time sinks this semester, and it's kind of on you to do time management and pace yourself. Get them done on time. Okay. Because I'm going to be teaching you new material, new things about games every class. And it's kind of on you to be all right, well, there's 3 weeks left in the semester and I haven't started yet. Maybe I should work on it this weekend. I'm not your parents. I'm not there to remind you to work on something. So I'm going to be teaching you stuff, and it's kind of on you to self-motivate and get these things done. Okay. So in this class, you're going to learn how to design and make a game. Okay. And specifically, you're going to learn about how to make a game that's fun, balanced, and replayable, and things like that. We do talk about game design a lot in this class. Game design is the art and science of like how to make fun games. And there's like books and textbooks on that. Like, designing games and simulations, an illustrated handbook, and the theory of fun by Ralph Koster, and things like that. That like people study games like scientifically. Like why is that game fun? What games do you guys fun? Post on Discord. Like if you just think like, oh, that's a fun game. Like, I enjoy playing that. What do you think of? Because for me, there's some games that I play that I don't find fun, like Elden Ring or Sekiro. Like, they're games, and I play them, but they're not. I don't know, they're not fun. They're more like, I don't know why I play them. Like experiences, I guess is one way of putting it. Smash Bros. Yeah, it's a good one. Pokemon, WoW, Animal Crossing, theme park games. It's definitely fun to create a theme park. Yeah, World of Warcraft I played a lot of. Like I have thousands of hours in World of Warcraft. I don't know if WoW is fun for me though. Like it's more like, after a while, it's more like a job. I don't know. Destiny 2, that's kind of the same way for me. It's fun until you get good. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. If you just fish or something, it's probably fun. I don't know. League of Legends. Do you find League of Legends fun? It's a fair question. I'm actually asking. You hate Destiny 2 as well, but love it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Xenoblade Chronicles, Persona 5, Smash Bros, Zelda games, yeah, Minecraft and Roblox are classics. Yeah, and they're all kind of fun for different reasons, right? Like like Minecraft's fun is different from League of Legends fun, right? Which is different from Persona 5's fun. And Smash, like they're all kind of fun for different ways and means, aren't they? We'll talk about that this semester. Persona Striker is interesting. Pokemon, Smash, Zelda. Yeah. Yeah, addiction is also like, I don't know if addiction is fun though, right? Like when I was playing WoW and I was like competitively like trying to climb the ranks of PvP, like if you don't play, you fall in the rankings, and so I wasn't playing because it was fun. You know what I mean? It was like I was playing because like of like loss aversion. Like if I didn't play, then I'd lose out. And I would fall in the rankings, and I didn't want that. And so I'd be like, just it felt like a job. So sunk cost fallacy. Yeah. 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 Anyway, so designing a game is hard. It's a whole field. It's called ludology. Ludo. Ludos is the Latin word for game. Ludos. And so the scientific study of games and what make games fun is called ludology. And there are actual ludologists in the world, and perhaps one day you could be a ludologist as well. That could be Blade and Sorcery. Nice. Yeah, and so like Minecraft's fun. Like, I mean, it kind of depends on how you're playing it, right? But like, there's something fun about building things, right? Like for me, Valheim, which is a game that came out last year. What's fun about it is like it randomly generates a world and it sort of turns you loose in it, and you like level land and plow the fields and plant radish seeds and like build a boat and then go sail to another island where there's better resources there and haul your ore back and smelt it, and like there's something fun about that, like really like low level building of a civilization. Like you're leveling the land, and like putting up a house, and the trolls come by and smash your house, and all your stuff goes flying. You're like, oh, you stupid troll. And then you kill it, and then you have to build up walls around your house and moats so that the random trolls don't come in and break your stuff. Like for me, like that's a different kind of fun than playing like Persona 5, right? Where It's basically a interactive story that has some choose your own adventure kind of feels to it. Um, a 5-star island in Animal Crossing takes a while. Yeah, like you're working on building your island and you're planting flowers of different colors, and in order to do that, you have to travel to other islands. And after a while, though, like Animal Crossing kind of gets boring. I don't know. After you've kind of done everything, like it's like, well, they've released new content. Okay. Yeah, but like that, like figuring out that like special sauce, that like key ingredient of fun, it's actually hard. It's actually really hard to do it right. And making it's hard. Scheduling games hard. Like there's a whole lot to the games industry that like people just don't know about mostly. Um, how do you hire and fire and schedule, and what do you do when your publisher like has issues with you and stuff like that? You tore it down. It's a lot of commitment. Um, yeah. So we people in the industry call it the industry. Usually, the games industry is called the industry by people in the industry. And I worked in the industry for a couple of years, and then I have friends like all over the country. Like not like hundreds of friends, but I've got probably 10 or 20 friends that work in the industry still. And if you look at the lectures on Canvas, you'll see I've brought in guest speakers, probably 4 or 5, over the last couple of years, to come and talk about working at BioWare, or Pokemon, or Midway, Obsidian, Zynga, things like that. I don't know if this is an accurate number. Video games industry is huge, and so if you learn how to make video games, like it's actually like pretty, there's a lot of money in it, and so the hardest thing is just getting started, right? Like the hardest thing about getting a job in the video games industry is that there's 900 million people with no experience that just want to work in the video game industry, that have no experience but are motivated and willing to learn, and there's just nothing that sets apart most people. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you're maybe a first or second year student, and you want to make video games, but like you don't have any portfolio, you don't have any skills, you've never done it before. Like video game companies get like 900 resumes like a day from people like that, and they all go into the bin. Like they don't like if it's like the boss's friend's kid or something. Yeah, sure, okay, fine, whatever. But basically, it's the hardest part of working in the industry is getting into the industry to begin with. And so this class will give you some experience in building games. You can start working on your portfolio. This class, IS50A, will teach you a lot of the basics of making games. IS50B continues that at kind of a lower level. And then after that, like we're thinking about making IS50C. We're probably going to make a game development certificate program here at our college. Like the president and the dean are both like super interested in game development right now. I had a meeting with them last week on Monday. They want to start up like a esports team here at our college and have maybe an esports major or something. I don't know. We'll see what shakes out with that. It's just kind of cool. They want to build an esports arena on our campus, which is pretty darn cool. And then this class and 50B might get put together with like maybe some art classes or something and put into like a major or something like that. So, a lot of different jobs in industry. Art people like have trouble getting jobs sometimes, right? And so one of the, if you're a good artist, working in the industry is a great way of getting paid to make art. There's not a lot of places where you can do that necessarily. Music as well, 3D modeling. Personally, I am a programmer, right? I'm a computer science professor, obviously, and I teach programming, and I did programming, and that's my passion. My passion is specifically for writing game code. So, like, make it so that when you hit the button, a swarm of rockets flies out from your rocket launcher, and they move in an interesting pattern, and they track a laser dot that you move through the world, and the swarm of anime rockets will chase after that dot and then impact it and explode and look cool. That's the kind of thing that like gets me fired up. and I've written that before too. Um, like I'm not super interested in like doing 3D modeling. I'm not good at it. Like they assigned me to make like a spaceship or something when I was working in the industry, and I'm like, all right, you're getting a triangle. It's like a little chevron, you know, you don't want me doing art, like really. I like doing game code, like making laser beams that reflect off mirrors and um, scoring zones and like all that kind of stuff. Like that's what I'm really passionate about. I've also written game engines before, um, and I do lecture on that in 50B. But really, what I like making is like making, you know, a sentry gun, that'll rotate left and right, and when it sees the player in its field of view, it locks on and starts shooting cats at them or something. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, this class isn't just for gamers. It's a lot of benefits for non-gamers as well. Like if you're a computer science major, like just the more coding you do, the better you get, right? But there's also a lot of like things you learn about the human psychology. Video games like tie in with human psychology a lot, and like how does the human vision system work? How does the auditory system work? How do you do positional? Like, did you guys know like your ears can actually figure out, your brain can figure out where sounds are coming from in 3D around you? How's it do that? It's kind of interesting. Um, so it's also going to give you experience working on projects and like actual large projects rather than the little toy projects you do in programming usually. So there's also a lot of gamification in the world. If you go to Starbucks and you purchase something, you collect stars, and the summer scratch off series for Starbucks. Every time you visit Starbucks, you get one pull on a slot machine that gives you a free lemonade or something. This is something called gamification. It's a big thing. It's actually a really big thing these days, where companies try to make they try to use the principles of game development to hook people into buying their products or make their employees motivated or encourage people to do certain behaviors, right? So like my cousin has Aflac for her life insurance, and so Aflac will give her a coin every time she visits the gym, and she like logs it on their app. I visited the gym today. And so the life insurance company's like, oh, you want a coin. And then what can you do with the coins? Well, with 20 coins, they will send you a stuffed Aflac duck. And just free stuff, And so like it becomes like a game, and other people, they do step track. Like if you have a Garmin watch, like they track your steps, right? But then it's like, you've been enrolled in the 150,000 step challenge, and it shows you, and like it puts you in a bracket with like 10 other people, and it shows you how much they're walking and how much you're walking, and it ranks you. And so you're gonna get out and like walk a little bit more, so you like move up in the rankings, and then like, oh, I'm at number 2 right now. I'm only 20,000 steps behind first place. I'm gonna get out there and walk around the mountains or something, And so all that kind of stuff is called gamification. It's not a game, right? Walking is not like a game, right? It's walking. It's exercise. But it's gamified, And so it encourages people to do stuff. And so all the principles you learn in game development are useful. Yeah, human interaction, human perception systems, how fun works, human psychology. They're all complicated. They're very interesting. How color works. It's very interesting stuff. Okay. So I'm going to, any questions about the syllabus? I'm actually going to stop this lecture, and then I'm going to start another, like the video recording, rather, and I'm going to start another one for, like, introducing Unreal Engine so that people who want to, like, skip to that can do so. This is just sort of like the overall view of the class lecture. Any questions about it? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I promise. It's a fun class. I enjoy teaching it. Sometimes you'll get homework assignments where your homework assignment is just to play a game, right? And like talk about it. Like, you don't do that in chemistry. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cool, honestly. So When is project and mod due? The last day of class. So last day of class, everything's due. The daily assignments are generally speaking due the next class, and if you can't make it, then just reach out to me. I'm not super vindictive on like the daily work, and sometimes like I know things happen, and just message me. It's fine. Like what I don't want to see is what happened last fall, where like somebody did no work the entire semester and realized they were failing, and then like the last week of school they were turning in like all the assignments, and I'm just like, no, like you're not learning anything, like trying to do an entire semester in 1 week. No, don't. So I'm not going to allow that this semester. I'm going to be a little bit more hard nosed about it. But in general, like for the daily work, like if something comes up and you need to turn it in the next class, just message me and I'll be like, all right, it's fine. You guys with me on that? Like for the late policy, I'm not super strict on the daily work. Just message me, it'll be fine. But I don't want, because if I give like infinite flexibility, like just turn it in whenever, then every semester there's always like some students that just like take advantage of that and just like don't do anything all semester, and then try and do it at the end, and then of course they're confused and lost because they haven't paid attention all semester, and they're asking me questions, and it's like these are all things we did like on week 2. Like so that Unreal Engine does use C++. We are not going to be programming in C++ in this class. In IS50B, we program in C++. For this class, you don't need to know any programming at all. We're going to be programming using blueprints, which are a graphical way of like visually programming things in Unreal Engine. It's really nice. It's very easy to use, straightforward. I sometimes teach it in CSI 1. CSI 1 is like the intro to computer science. And I've taught Unreal Engine in that before, blueprints coding. It's real easy and straightforward, but very powerful. You can actually make entire games just using blueprints. Like there's nothing that bad about it. There's some things they can't do, like multiplayer. They kind of struggle with, but for the purposes of this class, everything you need will be done in blueprints. So yeah, no coding experience necessary. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, and it's pretty straightforward, honestly. For example, if you want a door to open when you walk near it, I'll teach you that how you put a zone, like an overlap zone, and then when the player overlaps it, something happens. And so there's like 4 or 5 different ways to make things happen, and then the things that you can do when things happen. Well, there's a lot of those. That's what we'll be going over this semester. You don't need to worry about it. It's not bad though. It's not bad. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So I'm going to stop this recording. This will go up on our. There's going to be a playlist on YouTube for this class. Every day's lecture will be recorded, put up there so you can watch all the steps. At your leisure. If you miss something, you can see how I do it. And it's publicly available, so it'll be up indefinitely, unless I get my account banned by YouTube, which shouldn't be. But like a year or 2 ago, like YouTube just randomly deleted one of my videos for no reason that they gave me. So who knows? But as far as I can tell, like all the videos I'm going to put up will be up forever, so you can even refer to these videos a year from now or whatever at your leisure. Okay, you guys cool? So all right, I'll stop the video now and start a new recording in 1 second.